What up, y'all? Happy Saturday. It's Von Monique here, and we're back and better than ever. I took the night off, but I'm back to help y'all get unstuck and out of your way. So if you are tapping in today, tap the screen upon entry, share this live out. Don't forget to get your daily heart me because you want to have that. You want to have that. If you're new here and you're just not seeing my face, stay tuned because there's always some heat, some fire, some education for the free. Now, I do have an offer for you at the end to help you continue to get out of your own way. So just stay tuned, okay? So, I'm Von Monique. I'm a life coach and I am also a hairstylist. So, I'm skilled in business, life, a lot of things. I've been around for a little bit of time. So, I'm here and I know a few things, okay? So, my question to you is how has what's been going on around us been affecting you? We've all been in this whirlwind of life happening. We're just making enough to get by. We want to live life, but we're just surviving. A lot of us are stuck in survival mode. And I understand that words come up sporadically, and it almost feels like we have like a word of the year when we're just like, oh, social media has exposed us to so many things, whether it's going to be talking about our soul bruises or whether it's talking about survival mode, all these different things. It's like the word of the year. Like one year was toxic, but every time a new word comes up, we get immersed in it and then we run crazy with it. So, a word that has recently been flowing a lot within my communities and different things around me is survival mode. Okay. When you hear the word survival mode or the combination of the two put together, what is your first thought process? Because a lot of us don't realize that our habits are trapped in us being in survival mode. So it is exactly what you think it is. It is what you think it is. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Tap the screen, share the live. Don't forget to get your daily heart me. That is something that you want to do when you enter the room, okay? So, if you're watching me, I'm not giving you any shortcuts. I'm not giving you any cheat codes. I'm not giving you no scams. I'm giving you real information that you can actually do something with and apply it to your life, changing your current situation and your outcome, okay? If you're new here, I'm Bon Monique, and I'm going to give you free tips. Later, there will be an offer to help you to actually unpack this thing. But for right now, everything I'm giving you is free. The only payment I'm asking for is that you tap the screen, share the live, engage with me if you have any questions or anything that you want to piggyback on. And don't forget to get your daily heart me. Okay. So your habits potentially are what's keeping you broke. How many of you have realized that you have what I have named poverty habits? If you don't know that, you're getting ready to learn what it is, okay? Because the truth is, your daily habits can be keeping you broke, burnt out, and bound. Not because you don't make enough. You probably don't even know how much you're really making because you probably don't track it. But your habits can be what makes or breaks your situation. What are you doing with what you have? What are your thought processes? Everyone's in this whirlwind of I need to make more money, I need to make more money. But the problem is if your thinking is not right and your habits are not right, you can have $1 million in your bank account and it still will go to shit because you don't have the proper habits or mindset. Okay. Tap the screen, share the live, and don't forget to get your daily heart me. Welcome in, everybody. This is going to be free information, okay? I will be offering you something at the end that will help you propel forward. It is not mandatory. Right now, we're just focusing on giving you the information that can help you right now, okay? So, my question is this: who told you or showed you that living paycheck to paycheck was love, normal, or was even the end all be all ceiling? Who taught you that? Who showed it to you? Because the truth is, within my community, within my household, I didn't learn a lot from what I heard. I learned majority of what I know from what I saw. So who showed you or taught you that living paycheck to paycheck, client to client, transactional things was the end all be all? Because majority of people were taught and raised to believe that if you didn't work like a slave, you weren't going to have anything. And even when you worked hard like that, you would not have what you need. You would only have the scraps. Okay. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's get some engagement going in here so we can continue this thing going. Once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into it real heavy, real deep. That's where the information is, okay? So, what I need to know from you guys out there is, who told you that hustling was all that it was going to be? That hustling for your next dollar was something to be proud of. I grew up, I'm a millennial, okay? I grew up where hustle music was the thing. Nobody ever told me that hustle music was going to set me back as bad as it did. We was waking up every day Rick Ross in that thing. Late hours, early mornings, doing the thing. Hey, beautiful. Thank you for the love. I really appreciate it. It's a tough crowd in here today, girl. I'm trying to help the people. They not trying to, I think they feeling me out. It's okay. It's okay. All right, Soft Life Funds. I love that name. So, hustle culture is not safe culture. And if you don't know that, I'm here to tell you, baby. Hey, Miss Angela. Hey. So, if you have grew up watching, seeing, living this lifestyle over and over again, you're stuck in survival mode. You have a poverty mindset, and that's essentially not just a poverty mindset, you have a whole poverty bestie. You and poverty have got locked in so tough. Y'all at this point, y'all married. Y'all got matching pajamas, y'all got matching tattoos, y'all locked in, y'all besties, okay? Y'all day ones, everyday type of companions. Okay. We got a little bit of love in here. I need to see them 1,000 likes. Need to see them 1,000 likes. Who told you? Who told you that your survival was strength? It is not. It is not. You surviving is not strength. And I remember the day I was like, I am tired of just existing. This cannot be life. This cannot be what I was created to do. This cannot be the end all be all. It has to be something. Because essentially over time, it was like, girl, you're in bondage. You're trapped. You're locked in. You locked in. Okay. So although I was going to work and I was making the money, I was a hairstylist, I was doing the hair. I did not have the mindset to attract more wealth and abundance. So I was repelling it. I was waking up every day doing the bare minimum, trying to do what I needed to do here. But I didn't want to sacrifice the things that needed to be sacrificed because I wanted to keep the life I created. Kept me stuck. I was decorating my prison with luxury pictures and ceiling fans and chandeliers. Meanwhile, I'm struggling. Okay. Struggling. So here's the thing. We have to find a way to keep going. We have to find a way to keep going. So what do we do? When you are burnt out, when you're tired, you're frustrated with yourself, what do you do? How do you handle that? I can speak for myself. I started to lie to myself. I started to say things like, it is what it is. Or I would say, I'm just making enough. I'm barely making it. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing my best. I started to self coach myself, but the problem with the self coaching was I wasn't coaching myself with the right vocabulary. I was feeding myself more poverty vocabulary. And I know you're probably hearing this and you're thinking like, but this true. We out here we trying to make it. We working super hard and we still broke. What is this? What is it? And it's, you will have what you speak. You will have what you attract. If you are constantly feeding yourself bullshit, you will start to see that all your, what do you watch? What are you entertaining? What you surround yourself is what you will eventually start to become. I can always tell what my daughter is watching because she starts to emulate that thing. She starts to take it on as her personality, her daily behaviors. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Hey, you guys, if you're new here, I'm Von Monique. I'm giving you free tips to help you get out of your money blocks, okay? It is not what you think it is. It is not fluff. I am not selling you a dream. I'm not providing you with scam. I'm giving you stuff that no one ever talked to us about or ever considered. So tap the screen. We're going to get this thing to 1,000 likes. Get your daily heart me right here. Join the team, as well as interaction is appreciated. I'm not asking you to spend any money. I'm asking you to spend some time. So while you're doing that, let's engage, let's talk, let's get this thing rolling, okay? So, changing your language, changing what you do with your free time, these are all going to be imperative to what you're trying to do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, love. So, here's the thing. Some of you listening to my voice right now, you have been in a committed relationship with poverty. Blessings, Erica. Welcome in. You've been in a committed relationship. Y'all are so bad that y'all got matching Crocs. Y'all love each other real bad. Y'all got a strong hold on each other, okay? You've been locked in for so long, you can't even see the tunnel at the end that is glaring at you. There's a light, and it's like, come here, girl. Come here. There's fun over here. There's wealth and abundance over here. There's good health over here. Endless mimosas, girls trips. You can't see none of that because you're locked into your own negative self-belief. So every time an opportunity presents itself, you sabotage it. You think it's too good to be true. You don't feel like you deserve it. You don't know why it's happening. Or, well, here's my favorite. My favorite is, what's the catch? If you've ever been offered an opportunity and you asked yourself, what was the catch? Drop a one in the chat. Because I know I'm not the only one. That is one thing that this whole healing journey has taught me is I'm never the only one. How many of you have encountered a great opportunity, whether it was with a job, with a friend, maybe you won a trip, something, and your first initial thought was not, oh my God, I'm excited. Your first thought was, what is the catch? Because they always say there's a calm before the storm. So in my mind, I'm like, what's tea? What's tea? What is this? So you're constantly in this mindset that is repelling your wealth and your abundance because what we think we will start to push out. Most of us do not even put filters on our lips and we just start speaking things. And because we're going to do them anyway, we think that it changes the fact that we have already cursed or signed a verbal contract with what our life is going to project. You are projecting your own outcome. One thing I had to learn, and I challenge each and every one of you to try it. When life does what it's going to do, regardless, instead of you naturally going to a meltdown, crash out, drag session, start being grateful. Start practicing gratitude. Start speaking. I'm grateful that I wasn't hurt. I'm grateful that my family is well. I'm grateful that I can fix this situation. I'm grateful that I have the resources that I need to operate in abundance. You would be surprised how your life shifts and changes instantly. Instantly. Okay. So, you have got to get out of your long time abusive relationship with poverty and the burnout. You have to change that. Unless you want to stay broke, unless you want to stay in this whirlwind of chaos, you can make those choices. You're more than capable. You have free will to do whatever you want to, but you have to end that relationship. And some of you are loyal to your downfall. You're loyal to being broke. You're loyal to poverty. You're loyal to these bad habits. If you are in bed right now watching me talk to you, how how are you looking to get out of poverty? How are you looking to change your outcome? How are you done just existing? If you are in bed at 1 o'clock in the afternoon rubbing your feet together and you're not sick, you're not injured, sleeping in is one thing, but you didn't pass sleep in, boo. What you doing? Sleeping in is one thing, but you didn't pass sleep in, boo. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? How many of y'all in y'all's bed right now? Somebody in their bed right now with a fuzzy comforter, rubbing their feet together, not tapping the screen because I'm reading them for filth. What you doing? Just existing. You're adding to just existing. Hey, Ace of Spades, welcome in. Just existing. So what's your poverty's cute little nickname? Oh, Vic, you in bed, girl. Mm, love that, Tiffany. Love that. That the early bird gets the worm. The early bird gets the worm. And that is a proven fact. That is not a cute saying. That is not a cliche. That is a direct, true statement. There's only 24 hours in a day. So anybody that says there's not enough time in the day, they are lying. You're a liar. That means you're not using your time wisely. And that is a PP, a personal problem. That's a personal problem. And what's even crazier to that is you are going to be your most successful self in the morning. Hey, girl, you will be your most successful self in the morning. Waking up before the sun, getting your daily reading in, walking around, calming your nervous system. That is where that's where the great shit is. All right. All right. You got it, Vic. Grace. But you, girl, you be killing it. So you be killing it. Okay. So here's the thing. You've given your poverty, your burnout, your frustration, you've given it a cute little nickname. That's how locked in y'all is, y'all besties. You give it cute little nicknames like the hustle, the grind. Or for me, I'm like, oh, I'm off to the slave ship. I'm employed today. And the truth is, when we do that, our brain doesn't know that we're being funny. Tomorrow, tomorrow, cute little nicknames, tomorrow, maybe later. Them is our cellmates that we done made little friends. Hmm? Them are cellmates. That's what we're ball and chained to. Locked into our loyal to the chaos, loyal to the poverty, loyal to the self-sabotage. We are loyal to these things and we're wondering why we can't get from up under them. Tired of just existing, tired of just being present, but we're not doing anything. Our nervous systems are so miswired that we can't even live in the moment in the process. Y'all will hear what I say today, and because it's so uncomfortable to do something different, because you're so exhausted, because you're caught up in the nastiness, you're not going to move. You're not going to do anything. You're going to remember that you've seen this girl on TikTok say something to you that hurt your feelings, but you're still not going to change. Why? Because you'd rather be burnt out from where you're comfortable than to be burnt out to get to the other side. You'd rather be burnt out where you're comfortable, even though you're uncomfortable. You don't like it here. You don't want to continue to live like this, but you won't do the work. You won't do the work. If I would tell you right now to wake up every day at 5:30, stretch your body, drink some water, walk around, give gratitude, read a book, go out, get some sun on your face. You're not going to do none of that. Why? Because you're going to be too tired. You're going to make every excuse. I'm tired. I didn't get enough sleep. But where was all this at when you was at the club all night? You was at the club all night, then you hit the let out. You weren't tired then? Or what about the time you was out all night with that sneaky link? Yes. You was out with the sneaky link. Y'all was out linking up, had to go to work the next morning. These are the habits that we have that we continue to choose and spiral. Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all do me a favor again. Tap the screen, share the live. Go ahead, get your daily heart me, because this is what we do today. All right. So, how many of y'all are tired of y'all's own shenanigans? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How many of you are tired of your own shenanigans? Because at some point in life, if you don't realize it, life will show you you're the problem. Life is just not going around creating problems for nobody. Things will happen, but what are you doing when they happen? Because that's when you become your own enemy. That's when you become your own enemy. You might be making money, but do you know how much money you're making? Do you know where your money is going? Do you impulsively buy? Are you constantly in a love hate relationship with your income? Mm, okay. Okay. So maybe you don't really know what poverty is because if you did, you'd stop celebrating your tragedy. You'd be surprised what you actually have. You'd be surprised what you actually have. Because I was to the point in my work in my life where I would say the exact same thing. I don't have money to do this and I don't have money to do that. But did I have streaming sites? Did I have DoorDash? Did I have AirPods? These are not necessities. These are extras. Did I have all the things that I really did not? I was so delusional in myself that it got to a point to where I would say, "Oh, I'm not shopping for shoes and clothes and purses. I'm not doing a lot of upgrades to my car. I'm not doing this and doing that." But when you really roll the tape back and check you out, you realize when you're doing things that are not in the necessity, but you don't have the money to do the necessities, you're compulsively buying. You are still doing things you cannot do. You can absolutely go without your Apple Music. You can go without the Spotify. You can most definitely go without the Netflix. There are free streaming services. Okay. So, yeah, we find a way. We find a way. Or when we went out, we got in for free. So we didn't pay for that, but we paid for them drinks. Yep. Tubi, love me a good Tubi. We pay for that Lyft. We pay for that Uber. We might have even paid for a little something that we thought was going to be little. The thing is when you are operating in a system of delusion, you will be out here doing a bunch of little purchases that add up to a big purchase. So then when you really roll the tape back, you was out here doing the most, doing the absolute most. Okay. So when you're out here unaware of your behaviors and your actions because you're not keeping track of them, it gets wicked, real wicked. Because if you write down having if you have a budget, which I know the B word is a cuss word. We don't like that word. It sounds like restriction. It sounds like chaos. We don't want to do it. But it is very important to know what is coming in and what is going out. Because if you do not know, you will still end up on the same roller coaster over and over and over again. And then you don't even really know what you do and don't have. You will not even know. Okay. So when we don't know what we're doing, we're all over the place. We're shooting in the dark, hoping to hit something, hoping that it goes the way we want it to. And it usually doesn't. It doesn't. Things will fall apart before they fall together. How many of you have experienced that where you're like, dang, some of you are watching me right now and you don't even know what's in your bank account because you're afraid to look at it. You just praying that y'all tap that card and hope that it goes through. Y'all praying that that decline don't come up. You low key over here moving money around, trying to scrape from your Dave's account, scrape from your Chase account. You scraping. You trying to get it all in one place. But you didn't even know you needed to do that because you're not keeping up with what's where, what's going on, what's going out. You could have been getting scammed for months. Somebody didn't hack your account. You don't know because the idea of you knowing what's going on in your bank account makes you run for the hills. Oh, okay. Okay, we must got some good money aware people on here. Keep tapping that screen. We got to 2K. Y'all doing so good. Keep going. We're going to keep pushing along, talking about our money habits. Talking about money first and foremost is very uncomfortable because we always like to pretend like we have it, but we don't ever want to address the elephant in the room, which is most of us are struggling to keep it or obtain it. Listen, listen, you got to check it every day because every day things are happening. Setting up notifications, knowing when something's hitting your account, whether it's coming in or going out. But there are so many people that have such a severe money shame trauma that they're not aware. They are completely unaware. They don't want to look over there. They don't want to know what they absolutely need to know. Okay? Keep tapping that screen, share the live. I appreciate it. Thank you so much in advance. Okay. So, poverty is not just lack, it is your nervous system. that is programmed to survive. Your brain automatically is like, up, she's in danger. We got to do something. Up, this is happening. The body's feeling this way. We got to do something. Okay. So, poverty identity has three different stages. T- Put three in the chat if you are ready for these three different stages that poverty has the stages of. Poverty has three different stages. I bet y'all didn't even know that. Y'all didn't even know because y'all stay surface level. You got to dig deep. The real healing is in the deep rooted conversations. The poverty stages. Put a three in the chat when you're ready. Put a three in the chat when you are ready. Yes, ma'am. We got a three in the chat. So the first stage is survival. It is going to be survival. In the survival stage, you are going to encounter the scrapes and the stretch. The scraps and the stretch. That is when you're in the survival stage. And that is so real. Because you're right there and you're just trying to make it. So you're trying to do any and everything just to keep up. You scrape, you scrape up everything. You are on the bottom. You're just hoping for something to change. And then you're stretching. Okay. Stage two is sabotage. How many of you wake up every day just to sabotage yourself? Sabotage your growth. And how many of you realize that your choice to sabotage does not just affect you? It affects each and every person connected to you, whether it is your children, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your close friend. It stretches and touches everyone connected to you. A lot of self-sabotagers do not realize how selfish they are, because if they did, they realize that their choices and their actions do not just affect them. It in fact affects everyone around them. Okay. So if you are in the sabotage stage, you get more, but you find ways to lose it. This is going to be that situation where you got a bonus at work, and in your mind you're already finding places to put it that it doesn't belong. Or maybe you got an influx in clients and you're already like, "Ooh, I'm gonna pay for this trip, and I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get this seafood boil, and then on the back end of it I'm gonna go get some of them new Jimmy Choos, get that new Chanel bag." However, your rent's behind, your car note is due. Y'all not tapping the screen. Y'all not talking to me. Y'all, I don't know what y'all doing today. I know it's Saturday. Some of us have to work. But I'm telling y'all, this cannot just be me. But maybe y'all just not ready to have the real hard, rough conversations. And that is okay. That is okay. Because we oftentimes want to run from it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to deal with it. But the truth is our choices are why we're broke. And sometimes our choices is why we're broken, but that's another conversation for another day. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. The last stage of poverty identity is going to be scarcity. It's going to be scarcity. In scarcity, you stop dreaming altogether. Guilty. Y'all ain't even guilty. Y'all can leave me out here. It's fine. I stopped dreaming so bad that when people would ask me simple questions like, "What is your dream car?" Like, I don't know. One that runs, one that I don't got to get no maintenance on. "What is your dream house?" I don't know. All I want is a nice bathtub and I want a nice kitchen. But I was not dreaming. Understanding that you have to paint the picture of your life if you want your life to ever evolve. I'm not the only one that stopped dreaming. Some of y'all never started. You got to dream. You got to get out of scarcity. You got to get out of your own way. Okay. One of the biggest things I did to help me with that is I stopped surrounding myself with other scarcity mindset individuals. I stopped watching smut TV. I stopped telling myself what I couldn't have and understand that if someone else has it, I could have it too. You gotta change your habits. You have to change how you move. Is it uncomfortable? Absolutely. Is it possible? You know it is. But you have to choose you. Stop choosing what others expect of you or what you think others expect of you because no one else is living your life but you. No one's living your life but you. How you were raised and the way that you came up is not what you have to continue to live and believe. If I would have stayed tied to how I was raised, I wouldn't be before you right now. I grew up in a home with a single mother that was disabled from a back and shoulder injury. I never seen that woman work. She never taught me work ethic. She never was able to show me the things that I'm able to now show my children because she just wasn't able. She didn't have the capacity. On top of her physically being disabled, my mother also was chronically depressed. I didn't know what that was. And I'll be honest and say that I thought that depression was a state of mind. I thought that she just was weak willed and she wasn't fighting to take her kids outside, to do things different, to live an abundant life. That wasn't true. That wasn't true. But until I grew up and went outside and started to observe what is really out there, reading different books, watching things that my peers probably would have criticized me about. Growing up, I wasn't in the hood. I'm in Colorado. We don't really have hoods. We didn't have hoods. But growing up in the urban parts of Colorado, where they will be like, "Oh, we don't do that. That's YT people stuff." I enjoy YT people stuff. I like to go running. I like education. I want to know the things that are around me and for me that I have access to. But before that, I stayed trapped in the poverty because I thought it was normal. I thought it was normal. So imagine my surprise when I'm like, wait a minute, there's more to life than food stamps, Section 8. I am in Colorado. I absolutely am. Imagine my surprise. There's more. We don't got to live in the projects. I could have one of these houses. Wealth is not just for the lucky. Imagine my surprise. And the moment, ooh, this is the beauty of social media. This is the beauty of social media. I could talk to anybody anywhere. I love that. It's my best. It's my favorite part. It's my favorite part. I've never been to Mississippi, but for some reason, I've been talking to a lot of people from Mississippi lately. Love that. Welcome, welcome. Your little piece of Denver. Yes, there are Black people in Colorado. That's the first question I'm always asked. No, we don't all wear cowboy boots, and no, we don't all ride horses. I'll have to. I will most definitely have to. For sure. I'll put that on my to go to list. But yes, that is that, and that is my escape from poverty. That was my big breakout moment when I was able to start working and understanding that I could make a paycheck. I didn't have to rely on the government. I didn't have to wait till the first or the 15th. I didn't have to feel the shame of spending a freaking paper food stamp. I don't know at what point we transitioned over to cards, but that was shameful that we had to live that way. After I realized everybody wasn't living that way. I remember someone called my mom a welfare queen, and she was so offended, and I didn't understand why. I was like, why, mom? Now I get it. Now I get it. Okay. Understanding that poverty is not just you eating scraps or not eating for days. Poverty looks very different. It is time that we enlighten ourselves or expand our thinking to understand that some of us have a very strong poverty mindset and language. And that's why we're struggling the way we are today. Okay. So understanding you can have a poverty mindset and or language by having $20 and you can make that thing stretch for a week, maybe a week and a half. But the moment $2,000 comes into your possession, you're sweating, you're nervous, you're anxious, you're trying to get it out of your hands as quick as you can. Whether you're buying something, paying your bills, or whether you are trying to help a friend, giving it away, whatever. Poverty is understanding that you have a unhealthy relationship with money, and the root is going to be your shame and your habits. Okay? So it's saying I'm unqualified. So you turn down opportunities, you can't change your life, you can't have things that other people have, or or simply saying that person has money because they were handed down. There are so many different ways that this is affecting us. There are so many different ways, or we're saying it never goes right. That's not for me. We think everybody else is entitled to have these things and not us. That is not true. That is not true. Not true at all. But I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you. I want to know something. What is your first memory of money? What is your first memory of money? Is it joy or is it shame? And when you hear money, what does your body feel? What does it say? How does your brain react? Does your nervous system get really anxious? Does your palms start to sweat? Do your armpits start to sweat? Do you go into a state of abundance and joy? Do you feel like you want to attract it? Or is it more survival where you're constantly like, ugh, ugh? Paying attention to all of that will help you to figure out, does this woman, is she onto something? Because most of you are listening to me right now and you're waiting for me to give you the shortcut. There is no shortcut. It is time that you heal your money shame and your blocks. Okay? Think about all of the money that you've touched throughout your lifetime and what happened each and every time. Some of you have experienced losing the job. Some of you have experienced where something happened and you had to quit. Something always happens and you root it in shame, but that is connected to your poverty mindset. Okay? Tap the screen, share the live. I know I sound like a broken record, y'all, but let's keep this thing going. The more y'all tap, the more this thing gets pushed out. We are in a world full of hurting people that need to know that they can get out of their financial situation. They just have to do one simple thing. It's not easy, it's uncomfortable, it's necessary. Okay, okay, okay. So, you say you want more, but the second that the money comes in, you can't hold on to it. And it's not because something comes up, it is because you are projecting your worst fears. Every time you think something and then you say it out loud and then you operate in that mentality, you are repelling your wealth. You're repelling your wealth. I challenge you to start changing how you think and feel about your money situation. Okay? So you either spend it fast or you give it away. Either way it goes, it is not in your possession. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. You are constantly sabotaging yourself, which makes it feel like the money isn't coming. The money, in fact, is coming. You're just not holding on to it. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Keep tapping, double taps. Share this live out because the people need the help. Okay. So, I know each and every one of you is surrounded by who you are because you attract your mirror spaces. Have you ever attracted someone and you're like, they're so much like me? This is great. It's not great. You should actually be running for the hills. If you encounter someone that is a like minded individual, you are in danger. You, in fact, are in danger. You are not expanding yourself. The problem is, most of us walk through society wanting to be comfortable and we don't want to do the things that are uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is identifying that you may walk into a room where you don't know everything or everyone, but you want to be there. You deserve to be there. You want to know something, okay? You want to know. So, you keep running from the fact that your money is coming and going. You can't hold on to it. It's burning a hole in your pocket, and you either sabotage it mentally or you sabotage it physically by giving it away. Maybe you're even sabotaging by undercharging your clients. You're undercharging for services, or maybe you're giving away rides to your friends. You're doing the carpool to the club, the carpool to work, but you won't ever take gas money. No one's helping you. What about when your insurance is due? What about when your car needs maintenance? You're letting people eat off your dime. You're doing lunch runs, but you're not getting your money back. These are all sabotaging ways. That is why I created the Shame Detox Boot Camp. It is a 3 to 4 month program to help you get out of your own way, to speak confidently, to set boundaries, and to withhold boundaries with comfort, to really empower yourself. Thank you for the follow. Love it. It is a mind blowing transformational boot camp for women of all ages that are tired of being silenced by their shame and their self sabotage. Okay. That is what I do. I coach high achieving women on how to stand up strong, loud, and proud and get out of their own way, overcoming their obstacles. Money is out there and it's everywhere. There's money for all of us. The problem is most of us sabotage it. We don't speak up for ourselves. We don't feel qualified. And that is why we're staying in neutral. Okay? Keep tapping that screen, sharing the live. I appreciate you all for being here with me. Let's keep the party going. It says I have 9 people in here. Where's everybody from? Let's check in. I'm in Colorado. Hey, anonymously me. Love it. Thank you for joining. Where's everybody tuning in from? Where you guys located? Hey, Jersey. Welcome, welcome. I was in Jersey one time. We did a road trip from Colorado, the longest drive of my life. But I came in, took a class, tried a Philly cheesesteak, and then I got out of there. But no complaints at all. No complaints at all. Where's everybody else from? Only Jersey want to talk to me wherever y'all from? Y'all must not be talkative. Y'all must not be talkative. Hey, New York. I know some people in New York. Y'all be having a good time too. My daughter wants to actually come out there for New Year's 1 year. So, hey, grown. Hey, I see ya. I see ya. All right. So I see y'all not trying to talk to me. It's okay. I'm gonna let y'all fit me out a little more. Okay. So, keeping this thing moving on because I want y'all to get money in your pockets, bank full. You know what? And I listen. I want to give my baby the experience. She's 19. She's not a baby, but I want her to have that experience. But I'm not necessarily excited about it. I always hear it's a very hyper vigilant time to want to be in New York, but we can't live in fear. We can't live in fear. At least we can say we did it, see how it feels. But I'm gonna definitely keep that in my back pocket because it'll help me. But like, okay. So let me teach you something that you probably have heard a lot of times and you just haven't really done anything, okay? Hey, baby girl, how you doing? That's yeah. It's called fight or it's called the flight response. How many of you have heard of the flight response? Most of us have heard of the fight, flight, freeze, fawn. We've heard of those ones. So we usually have a very clear understanding of the flight response. Your nervous system doesn't feel safe with overload. That is what we're dealing with here. So you reject. So if your body naturally hears money, or it sees a bill, half the time your body goes into flight response when a bill comes into your mailbox or even your email account. It's not that you're irresponsible, it's your body that is addicted to struggle. At this point, we have a very toxic relationship with our struggle. You want out of it, you want better, but you continue to keep on the same roller coaster Ferris wheel that is keeping you locked in. So let me ask y'all this. If you're comfortable, I want to see it in the chat. What is the most money that you've ever had in your account at one time, and how long did it last? What is the largest amount of money you've ever had in your account, and how long did it last? Mm, 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 mm. For a lot of us, a lot of money can be a small number. For a lot of people, a low amount of money can be a lot. So if you're someone that just tenses up when you hear past due, bill, large amounts of money, these things are putting you in flight response. I recently spoke to one of my clients and she was saying how she's financially well. And how did that make you feel, G? That's a really great time span and amount of money. How did that make you feel? How was your nervous system? On the back end, were you joyful? Did you feel secure and stable? Or exactly, exactly. What was the first thought that you had in your mind when that money sat there? And for me personally, I'm okay with the money sitting there. I start to get really, really uncomfortable and nauseous when I start seeing the number go down. That's when it gets wicked for me. I'm like, oh no, it's going. Help me. It is when I start to see the money go down that I am just no good to anybody. Just no good to anybody. Yes, that is my story. 1,000%. 1,000%. And I had to unlearn certain verbiage that was placed into me as a young girl. I had to unlearn certain statements and beliefs that were placed into me as a young girl. So one of the things that I heard the most was money is the root of all evil. How many of you guys have heard that too growing up? Maybe even now as an adult. Money is the root of all evil. That's how I was raised. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, money is always making people do crazy stuff. It's money. Money is the problem. But here's the thing. If you are viewed as the problem or you view a person as the problem, why would you want anything to do with that person, or why would that person want anything to do with you? Just saying. Just saying. So essentially, what the truth really is that statement was halfway taught to us. It was halfway taught to us. Now, for those of you in the room that are believers of Christ and read your Bible or have read your Bible, you will know that that is actually a scripture that says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. For the love of money is the root of all evil. That is the full scripture on that text. Now, here's the thing that was given to us the way it was given to us because they wanted to root us in shame. They wanted to make us not want it. They wanted to make us feel like we were allergic to this abundance. The thing about money is this. Money is a tool. It is an energy that is constantly flowing. I remember growing up as a little girl, I was the kid that would always find money. And I'm not talking about silver coins or copper coins. I was a little girl that was one day walking down the street and I looked down a pole. I looked in the pole with my one eye and I found a whole $50 bill. These things would happen to me regularly. We would be driving down the street and I would see money laying in the street. I was the little girl that always found money. I didn't notice my money block until I became older and realizing that my imagination was less available to me or visible to me. When I started to realize that money didn't grow on trees, when I started to be exposed to scarcity, I stopped finding money. I stopped attracting the money. How many of you are just now in this moment realizing that scarcity is a part of your life? That is one of your latest, newest friends to the party. You met them there and should have left them, but you took them right along with you. They showed up at your doorstep and you should have said no visitors allowed, but you let them right on in and you offered them a hot cup of tea or a nice tall glass of Pinot Grigio. Hmm? Yeah, you let them right on in. Scarcity came right on in. Came right on in. You're not struggling with your destiny. That's not what it is. It's the programming that you're actually struggling with. It is the programming. You have been programmed to adopt and nurture scarcity into your life. Yes, yes. And she brought all of them with her. She wrapped them up, put them in her luggage, maybe even in that nice little Louis Vuitton bag, and brought them right into your house. And she didn't unleash them all on you. So now not only do you have scarcity, now you have self sabotage. Now you have rejection issues. She didn't brought them all, baby. He didn't even brought in the fact that now you feel less than. You are burdened with her and all her people. Brought them on in and you welcomed them. You didn't say, oh, no, no, thank you. You welcomed them. Come on, kick your shoes off. That's why y'all got to be careful when y'all put them welcome mats at y'all's door because y'all not just welcoming the people that y'all want in there. Y'all welcoming in the people, the spirits, and their habits that you didn't even ask for. Y'all got to watch putting them welcome plaques at your door. Everything and everyone is not welcome, but who are you to tell people what they can bring with them to your invitation? Message. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay? So, how many of you have ever thought if I make more? How many of you have ever thought if I make more, I will lose people? Hey, P. How many of you have ever thought if I make more, I will lose people? Because in the back of your mind, when you think of losing these people, you're thinking to yourself, they're gonna start saying, she thinks she good. She thinks she too good. Oh, she got all this money. Or a lot of people's favorite, hey, big money. You think that if you get to a level of success, everyone, yep, everyone's gonna have their hand out. Everyone's gonna just smell it on you. Everybody's just gonna flock to you and get your money. So you won't make it. Yep, yep. So you would rather stay in poverty. You rather stay living scraps to scraps, scrapes to scrapes. You'd rather give yourself the crumbs. You'd rather look. You would rather have the crumbs than to actually have a full course meal. But here's the crazy part. You will prepare and provide a full course meal to a slew of others, but you won't ever consider that you deserve to eat at the same table as them. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. You will go out and buy them a grandiose gift. You will plan them a major event. But when it comes to you, you feel guilty when you put you first. You feel guilty. You feel undeserving. You feel like you should not have it. No, ma'am. I just let him use me. I just let him use me because I didn't have it all figured out and I'm still working my way around, but I know that I got some sisters out there that need me and I know that I can't reach them on my own. So I let him do his work. But I'm so glad you found me. When I got on here, I said, God, whoever needs to hear my voice, let them hear my voice. Let them hear my voice. Let them find me. I'm a show up and they gonna find me because they always said, build it and they will come. So I built the Shame Detox Boot Camp for each and every woman that is tired of being overlooked, putting themselves last, looking to surround themselves with like-minded women that are tired of their own shenanigans, of being overlooked, putting themselves last, looking to surround themselves with like-minded women that are tired of their own shenanigans. So that's what I'm here to do. That is what I do. This is what I love to do. I'm blessed to be able to do that for you all. Again, I'm Von Monique, and this is me all the time, every day. Yet y'all can ask Paris. Y'all can ask my other boo over here in the comments. She know. Mother know. This is me. These women have had one-on-one meetings with me. I am as real as it gets. No fluff, no crap. I'm not on here selling nothing. I'm on here offering the opportunity to choose you and take your life back. Okay? So, while we're getting into it, if your success makes them leave, and I need y'all to pull your pen and your pads out when I say this to you, because I'm going to talk to you, your sister, your mother, your grandmother, your cousin, and them in the back, okay? Girl, I love it. I love y'all so much. Y'all are keeping me going, okay? Listen, listen. This is what I'm gonna do for you, Prince Girl. This is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna go and load this whole thing on YouTube. Go follow my YT, and you can watch the whole thing from start to end. As well as if you're interested in getting my Shame Detox Boot Camp, shoot me a message. I can offer you a special, hey baby girl. I can offer you a special discount just for you joining me on this live, okay? But more importantly, follow my YT to get this full upload. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me know that you're actually locked in and invested in what I have to offer, okay? So, if your success makes them leave, um, my name on, let me check. I believe it should be in my link in my profile, but it is, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Right here. She is Von Monique. Here we go. She is Von Monique. Let me know if you need me to. I'll just hold that up a little bit longer. She is Von Monique. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So I will load this up there. Give me until later tonight once I get home and everything, but I will get that up there for you. So here's what I'm trying to get y'all to hear is if your success makes them leave, the truth is they were hitchhiking off your struggle. They only stayed around to hitchhike off your struggle. Misery loves company. So while you were in a state of misery, they were mooching off of that. They were feeling complete and whole in that. So why would they ever want you to leave that? Why would they ever want you to grow? So, yes, you are too good. Yes, you deserve better. Yes, you are better than them. And it's not because you want to be, it's because you are ready to do the work. You're ready to change your life. You have already seen what messy TikTok look like. You've already seen what love and hip hop life look like. You are ready to see what the Bill Gates life looks like. You're ready to see what all of the good celebrities, the Beyonce life, you want to see what that look like. You want your children's to be able to eat off of the benefit of you, not the curses and the scraps and the trash. So if they think that you're better than them, nobody with any real mind of intelligence or wealth ever says, "Oh, you think you better than somebody." Y'all ain't never heard Beyonce say that about Rihanna. You ain't never heard nobody say that with some real money. Because they not worried about you thinking you better than them. They so focused on their own self. They so focused on their own self that all they got for you is congratulations and I wish you the best. Hmm? Stop hanging out with the crows. Stop hanging out with the pigeons. Your family and your friends, sometimes your partners. And if I'm being real, sometimes it be your own children. Stop hanging out. in the low places when you know you are destined to be in the high places. You're destined for greatness. Thank you, Prince Girl. I will definitely get this uploaded for sure. For sure. Okay. I'm so happy that you were able to tune in the way you have. I'm gonna be wrapping up here shortly anyway. I got to get to a checkup appointment. I'm fine. I promise I'm fine. I'm taking my health more seriously because my mom passed away 6 years ago from congestive heart failure. And I want to be around as long as I can. So I want to catch everything right now so that I can live the life that I am put here to actually live and not just throw it away because I'm existing. Okay. So, who benefits from you if you stay broke? Who benefits from you if you stay broke? If you stay in a mindset of I can't do, I can't have, I can't go, I can't get, I can't. First of all, as real as it may be, it's still an excuse. Not a single soul, P. Not a single soul. Not a single soul. I can't have, I don't deserve, I can't figure out. Hi, how are you? Not a single person. Okay, thank you. You guys don't forget to get your daily heart me. Tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. So, which of these lives were you raised on, and how has it cost you? Which one of these lies? Because they're all lies. You can definitely have, you definitely deserve. You can do anything. That was one lie that I thought I was told as a child. You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm like, no, I can't. The other one my mom used to always tell me is you create the life you want to live. These are all your choices. And I was like, that is not true. Like, who would wake up and want to be addicted to something? Who would wake up and want to? Now I understand it. Now I absolutely understand it. Okay. Because the truth is you aren't broke because you don't work hard enough. You work hard, you work often. You ain't turning down no opportunities to make more money. The problem is the opportunities that you will turn down are the ones that actually benefit you more than break you. You will hustle away. You will lose sleep. You will go to jobs that don't deserve you. You will take clients that abuse you and don't respect the boundaries. You will do all those things, sacrificing your own self and going out down bad. So that's not really the reason. That's not really the reason. What is the real reason you're broke right now? Let me get real close so I can hear y'all loud and clear. Why are you really broke right now? Because we know that you're good at making excuses. We know that you can come up with something off the top. We know what you've been hiding behind, but why are you really broke right now? Thank you for the follow, Tamika. Marketing strategies. Why are we really broke right now? Because the truth is any and everything that y'all come up with right now, I can challenge that thought. There's too much free information. There's too many resources. So dig deep. This is the moment of full transparency with yourself. Why are you broke right now? We unpacking that, girl. We unpacking that. Tomorrow in class, we gonna dig deep. We gonna dig deep. Because that is really the main issue. That is the main issue. It can get very overwhelming. But here's the thing, all that glitters ain't gold. You got to be able to push through and overcome. And I'm not saying neglect yourself, but you got to be able to identify what's really happening because sometimes you're overwhelmed because you're putting all of your energy in places that doesn't belong. And when it comes to putting it where it does belong, now you don't have the capacity for it. Okay. So the truth is you're broke because your identity. Hey, Angela. You're broke because your identity is still loyal to the old you and your poverty habits. I think I cracked a little bit when I said that. You're broke because your identity is still loyal to the old you, the old you. What part of you is it loyal to? Is it the part before the responsibilities? Is it the part that was in the worst mental state ever? Is it the part of you that was in that bad relationship that they used you? What part of you is the loyalty locked in? Because that's where your poverty habit is. Okay, waking up every day right before time to run out the door. Now you're stressed, your chaos is flowing. You're running out the door, you're fussing, you're hunking at the traffic, you're doing all the road raging. That is a habit that you don't wake up on time, that you don't get your morning coffee, that you're not eating. That is a habit. You are constantly choosing day by day. Thank you so much for meeting the daily goal. I appreciate it. Every day, you're waking up and you're doing the same shit. Every day, your alarm goes off 7 times. 5:30, 6:45, 7, 7:30. But yet you're still hopping out the bed, rushing the baby. Oh, we don't got time to eat. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Every day you start your day in survival mode. You're in a fight or flight response just to get out of bed. That is a habit. Anything you do over and over and over again, it's a habit. You know that your day should start off with love. But what about that day says you love yourself? You don't eat. You ain't tasted a lick of water. You done woke up on the wrong side of bed. And you had no choice because you probably went to sleep on the bad side of the bed. How you start your day is how you end your day. You have no real routine. You have not set any boundaries. You are in the same consistent default plan every day. You wake up every day and say, I need to do this, 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 and this. You didn't write it down. You didn't do nothing with it. So now you're going to sleep at night. You're laying in bed unhappy with yourself because you didn't go live. You didn't record or post content. You didn't eliminate anything off of your to do list. You literally wake up every day to have your priorities fucked up. Every day. That is the habit that you have programmed your mind to stay on. That is how you sabotage yourself and essentially everyone attached to you every day. Every day. Every day. Okay. Identity will always override your effort. Every day, every time you can hustle all day long, every day you can have your hustle music playing in your ear. But if your identity is still chained to poverty, you'll sabotage every step forward to stay congruent with who you think you are. Highlight who you think you are, not who you actually are, not who you're meant to become, not who you're becoming, who you think you are, who you think you are. Some of you guys never even developed an identity. And so you're just going with the flow. You just go with the flow. You what that man told you. You're who that man told you you are. You're who your mom told you you are. You don't know who you are. But what you do know is what you continue to allow your reality to be instead of taking control and changing it and altering it to who you are really. Being able to confidently say, I'm such and such. This is what I do. This is what I want. This is where I want to go. It is time for you to pick you. Stop taking all these courses and enrolling in these programs and not doing the work. Yes, you will be selfish. Yes, you will be the villain. Yes, yes, yes. And what? Who gonna check you, boo? Because the ones that you're trying to keep a part of your life are the ones that make you cry every night. That's not love. That is you continuing to let them help you beat yourself down. And every time you swallow your pride, you shrink in the corner and you don't stand up for yourself, you're agreeing with the bullshit narrative that they're feeding you. You the villain in their story already, so why not walk in and put you some nice pumps on and a cute little lipstick and be the villainess? They already think that of you anyway. The more you're trying to not be the villain, you are the villain and you are making yourself small. They don't deserve the cushion. They don't. They don't. They will be all right. They will be all right. Whoever they are. I don't even know who they are. You know who they are. They will be all right. Failing is not the biggest fear that you have, to be very honest. That's what you think it is, but it's not. You're terrified of becoming unrecognizable to the people who you are comfortable with in your struggle. Chew on that. Chew on that. Would you be willing to lose them to gain yourself? Or are you too codependent on their position in your life? That is something I really want you guys to sit and think with. Would you be willing to lose them to gain yourself? Some of you think you've lost yourself in your marriage or your relationships, maybe even in motherhood. Hmm. Take some time, really sit on that. Really sit on that. Because these are habits that you cannot deny. You cannot. Okay? So you think you're doing your very, very best. That's what you think with your whole chest. You think you're 10 toes in doing your very best. But you're doing what trauma taught you, which is to survive and not succeed. So if you're burnt out from constantly living in the trauma, burnt out from constantly living in the trauma, you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to make it another day. You're trying to catch your breath, but you're not even anywhere focused or getting any closer to your success. Like, not at all. This is exhausting. This is exhausting. And it's non progressive, it's very counterproductive. You are spinning your wheels. You're in like a neutral geared car. You're not getting anywhere at all. And your body is showing you that. That's why when you wake up, you feel like you haven't been asleep. I remember there were days when I was like, I feel like I just blink and it's time to do it again. No, you're burnt, you're exhausted. Your brain is working overtime just trying to do the day to day activities. You avoid checking your bank balance because you don't want to face your own ghosting, your own neglect, your own abuse. You're talking about how other people have done you, but when you look in that mirror, do you ever look at all the fingers pointed back at you for your misabuse? You're abusing yourself. You're abusing yourself. You are calling one stream of income security. There's nothing secure about it. It can go at any moment, but that is your comfort cage. You have caged yourself in with this cute little soft fluffy rug. You got the nice luxury wall paintings. You decorating your cage because you planning to stay for a while instead of passing on through. You listen, you tapping that card at every Shein post with your retail therapy. You're eating out just to feel worthy. That is how you pacify yourself like a baby that is crying for something. You just keep popping the pacifier right on in there. It's time to stop. But only you can stop when you're ready. You say stuff like, I'm not good enough with numbers. I don't know. I'm doing my best. I'm just trying to figure it out. But the truth is really you're hiding from accountability. You're hiding from your own accountability, but you're the first person to hold someone else accountable and tell them or show them where they're going wrong. Y'all real quiet. I must have got it crunched on them toes. They crunched on them things, okay? These aren't habits. They're coping mechanisms. You're coping. You are coping. Poverty gave you this pattern to soothe the shame, not to build wealth. That's why you can't out discipline trauma. That is exactly why you can't out discipline trauma. You have to break down those coping mechanisms. Some people even call them symptoms. Either way it goes, it keeps you in a whirlwind that you need to get out of immediately. Immediately. You think this is about money, but I'm here to tell you it is way deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. Money is the tool that we all want, but we always find a way to repel it, reject it, return it to sender. It is time that you stop doing that mess today. It's about the shame that built your money habits. Is way deeper than the money. It's way deeper than the money. Okay? You don't need more motivation. No, that's not what you need. You need a detox. You need a detox. Just like your body pushes out the toxins, my program is going to help you push out the shame. And just like detoxing the body, it is uncomfortable. You are going to cry. It's messy, it's gritty, it's all the things, but it is very, very, very necessary. It is very necessary. You're going to have to purge a lot of people, a lot of things, a lot of beliefs, a lot of understandings. You are going to have to get down and dirty, roll your sleeves up, maybe kick your shoes off. Keep you a box of Kleenex real close and a journal present. You are going to do all the heavy lifting that you never knew. Your body is going to really get in there, okay? So, if you are ready to heal and pull that root out of the ground, let me know if you are interested in the chat. Because the truth is that you can have all the money, you can start seeing the money come in, but if you don't heal the shame and the habits that you already have, you will still feel broke in your penthouse. You will still feel broken in your mansion. You still have to do the work. Okay. So, this is what I'm offering each and every one of you today. I am offering you a space in my shame detox boot camp. It's not cute, it's not a vibe, it's a detox. If you've never detoxed before, you are in for a definite surprise, okay? It will rip the loyalty that you have to poverty and your terrible patterns right out of your chest. Right out of your chest, okay? You will cry. I'm going to keep reiterating that because you will cry, you will feel uncomfortable, and you will want to quit because shame doesn't leave quietly. Just as loud and wrong as it is in your life, it is going to leave the exact same way. And you're going to have to push it, beat it, throw it away multiple times. But initially, pulling that root is where it starts. If you're done decorating your prison and calling it a home, let me know if you're ready to do all of the work in the chat. Let me see the me's. I will open 5 spots right now. Okay. This is a 4-month program that is going to help you unpack weekly. Weekly. Okay. We have a Discord group where we can communicate with each other back and forth. I am very present in that group. We have a Facebook group, as well as you do have homework. Now, here's the thing, it is a small, intimate group. I am building the community of women to help encourage other like minded women. Okay. So, if you're interested, you can drop me in the chat and I will offer you a discount today just for you hanging out with me for the last hour and a half. If you are not interested today, that's fine. You do not have to spend your money with me. You can continue to run from your truth. I'm good with that. The other part of it is you can stay right where you are. in the same struggle, telling yourself next year or even tomorrow will be different. But I dare you to prove me wrong. If you don't do anything today, the next 6 years of your life will be the same. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes. If you are ready to stop with the bullshit and take your life seriously, drop me in the chat. The 4 month program is typically $600. Listen, I've heard I have no fun. I was in survival mode. I didn't feel like I deserved to have fun. I'm like, broke people don't have fun. Broke people don't travel. Broke people don't watch TV. And so I made myself more miserable. I made myself more miserable. I didn't do anything until I actually got with the coach that helped me rebuild my self esteem, helped me to start overcome my obstacles. That is when I actually was like, that was a terrible way of coping and dealing with that. That was not healthy. Me isolating essentially is what I was doing. I was isolating in my own poverty, isolating in my own broken beliefs. Just me, no fun, no laughter, no real good time, nothing, nothing. But as I was saying, if you are interested in this 4 month program, it is going to be 5 slots open today for 150. It is usually $600. If you are ready to invest in yourself, take your voice back, or even create a voice, you are going to want this opportunity. If you are second guessing it, you feel like you don't got it right now, if you feel like you can't do it, if you're on the fence, don't do it. But the truth is the same money that you won't spend on yourself is the same money that you will go and buy DoorDash with. It is the same money that you will be on Postmates with. It is the same money that you are going to buy your HBO Max, your Paramount, all of those other platforms. You will invest that. So tell me again what the problem is. A few of my mentees are in here right now. They can tell you about their experience in the boot camp. We have a group coaching session every Sunday. If you don't make it, there are replays available. It is the Shame Detox Boot Camp. I'm not on here trying to sell you no fluff. I ain't got time for that. I love that. I love that. It's not hard to get a meal. You got to work backwards. How many products and what amount do you need to sell them on eBay to make a meal? It's not hard. It's not hard. It's only hard because we say it's hard. That is us signing verbal contracts. Our brain doesn't know when we just talking shit and when we really mean it. It just hears what we say, knows what we think, and it starts to create that into our real world. Yes. Yes. It is not hard to make a meal. The hardest part of making a meal is people refusing to show up and choose themselves. But being in a scarcity mindset, that is the hard part. Once you tap into you, baby. Babe. Yes. Yes. Nothing is impossible. We just don't be wanting to do the right work. I love that you and your friends are on a path to creating wealth as a team, because a lot of people have been hurt or wronged so much by other humans that they believe wholeheartedly that no one can be trusted. The truth is you knew that person wasn't trustworthy and you still try to make something work because you saw their potential. But when you get around people that really are like-minded and they really about that life, it is a beautiful thing. A very, very beautiful thing. I love it so much. Love it so much. So I have given you all a few minutes. It does not look like today anyone wants to take the opportunity, and that is more than fine. That is more than fine. The link is going to be on my profile if you guys think about it, pray about it, want to go and do it later. Um, You're so sweet. You are so sweet. You're a great love. I'm gonna jump off of here right now. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me. If nothing less, I hope that the wheels are turning. I hope that the notebooks got used today, and I hope that you actually are considering choosing you the way you choose everybody else around you. Like I said, the profile has the link if you want to do it later. It is not going to be at the discounted rate unless you reach out to me on the back end. Or if you catch me on here later, I may have something special for you. But until I catch you guys next time, love you guys. Keep being great and choose yourself because it's no one's responsibility to do that except for yours.